Time again then for Formula One in Shanghai, northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people, is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. The ever-tightening turns of 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here in Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Ayrton Senna lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Nico Hülkenberg, and Ocon, Tsunoda, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Oscar Piastri, Albon, Lawson, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Gasly, Bortoleto, Stroll, Ollie Behrman, and Jack Doohan. Hadjar and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. As we all know, every single driver wants to know what's required of them. And in the case of this driver, I think things are pretty stable at the moment. They're doing what the team require.
But that's the thing, you know, as a driver, it's easy to feel like you're the individual. It's all about you. And, you know, you want to further your career the best you can, but you have to have the team hat on as well and play the team game, work with your teammate as best you can. It's not an easy balance to figure out.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, Ayrton, we're seeing a lot of tyre wear at the moment. Please try and look after them. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 24.0 seconds. That wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but listen, don't worry about it. It's a long way to go, so let's just focus until the end. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
And this is an emotional moment as the crowd rise once more to congratulate your winner, Ayrton Senna.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.